Hey, this is Rob Fodor at The Shooting Guy. I want to introduce you a brand new segment that I'm really excited about. It's a question and answer segment where you send in questions and we're going to do our best to answer them. So the first segment we're going to do, it's about a drill that I do with my highest level shooters to be able to get shots off the fastest and in the toughest situations you're going to see. One of our guys, Duncan Robinson, last year, I'm sure if you watched any of the playoff games, you got to see this drill in real life. The drill is called catch high, keep high. So the drill is this. Catch high, keep high is wherever the ball is thrown to me, I'm going to take the ball from that position and start my shooting motion. So if the ball's tossed here, I go up and I start. If the ball's tossed here, I go up and I start. And the idea is getting used to that situation where a defender is getting ready to close at you. It's late in the shot clock. You've got to get rid of the shot as quickly as you can. Now, with our best guys, that's a great shot for them because we drill it all the time. Now, the question is, what variations do we have for this drill? One of them is I will take the ball and I will bounce it here. And I'll make the player work up, and as the ball's being bounced up, they have to jump up in the air, catch it up at the top, and then shoot it. Another is simple. Make a side step, throw the ball up here. Make another side step the other direction, throw the ball up here. And then, of course, those of you that know us at The Shooting Guy, we like to make it a little bit more challenging. So a really high-level variation is I'll throw it back off the screen, is I will stand back to it, and on the call of ball, I'll have to turn around, make the catch, and then go ahead and shoot it. So we add some balance, we add some quick adjustment, we add some target location, we add some ball location. And also to be able to, if the ball comes up over here, to be able to bring it back into loaded. One of the things I stress to my players is not to get off balance too much on the catches. You may have heard this phrase before, to catch it with our feet. So if the ball is moved over here, I'll try to move my feet underneath the ball the best I can. Now, if that's not possible, then I try to pull it back into my line and get ready to shoot as quickly as I can. Those are a few variations of catch high, keep high. It's a great challenge. Do it with a partner. Start at a range that you're really comfortable with, and wherever that ball is thrown, start. Shoot it from there. So the next question, it's been asked a multitude of ways, and it's always on people's minds. How do we increase range with our shooting? This is a great question, and I listen to people and I watch people try to figure this out all the time. So if you followed us and you know our philosophy about shooting, then you're going to understand where I'm going to go with this. In order to increase your range, we must first increase efficiency. And the three categories I break shooting into all the time, as you know, is preparation, connection, and sequence. Now, if we are prepared, which means our body is loaded, our hands are ready, the ball is connected to us, we're going to keep it in a close geometric shape to our body and on as close to a perfect geometric shape that we want the ball to fly as we can. Then we are going to attach the energy to our body to the ball. Now, some of you have seen the demonstration where I'll bounce the ball up and I'll attach a force to it. I'll give you a quick visual on that. If this is the upward force that we're going to use when we shoot, and I bounce the ball and attach the force at a time that is less efficient, we'll see that. Not much happens with the ball. But if I want to add that force at a time that the ball can use that force, you'll see that we'll catch the ball on the way up and the ball floats up easily. The same principle applies with your body and the sequence that we're going to do this that will help us transfer the energy from our body into our shot, therefore increasing our range. In order to increase our range, we want to add speed to the ball and then energy from our bodies into the ball. So we talk about a method 1, 2 through. You may have seen my guy Mike Dunn doing this. We've seen other people talking about energy transfer. The goal is to be prepared, or wrist loaded. We call that our one position. We want to make this move before our body spends the energy. We want to have the ball up in a place where I can then attach the energy up into the release of the shot. Now, in order for that to work well, the ball needs to be traveling in that shape. If you picture yourself as you're going up to shoot with the ball moving backwards and you're moving straight, you now have dissipating energy from the possibility of the ball. So what we're going to do is we're going to practice raising the ball and then jumping through. And as we get better, there's a little bit of timing involved, obviously. The better that we get at our timing, being able to jump through our shot, and equally as important, release the ball just before the peak of your jump. So as your body's extending, all the energy from your body goes right into those last two fingers as you are releasing the ball, okay? So if we increase the speed, if we increase the connection, we increase energy transfer, we will easily increase our range. The great thing about it is it translates into game situations. We don't have to make things up. And the great part about it is once you get it, you can't unget it. So our guys work really hard on a number of drills. We'll show you some in video clips that go with this video. A bounce through drill, a roll up drill, and catch high, keep high. Catch high, keep high is actually a great example because when I catch the ball up here, my body's already loaded and all I do is take the energy from that and put it right in the ball as fast as possible. Shooting off the dribble and shooting off the catch, we're going to try and get to the same things. Efficiency of the catch, efficiency of the pickup off the dribble. Move that ball, keep our energy loaded underneath, jump through your shot, let it go before the peak of your jump, and now you've got more range. Good luck. So back to our Q&A section. We have another question. It's a great question. Is my thoughts on a statement. Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Folks, I love this. I love this thought. I deal with it all the time when I'm doing my shooting lectures all over the world. So the idea that practice makes perfect has been ingrained in us since the beginning of time when we started playing. So we all go out there, we practice, practice, practice. And then somebody put in our mind, you have to practice well. And the idea being to attach the word perfect. To me, there's no such thing as perfection. What we're trying to do is constantly strive for perfection. We strive for greatness. And the closer we get to greatness, the more and more perfect it will feel. Understanding that we will never actually get to a perfect situation permanently. Now, I just gave away a little bit of clue as to what I'm going to talk about. Practice. I do this at camps and clinics. I say, fill in the blank here. Practice makes, and everybody says perfect. And then I say, no, no, no. Perfect practice makes perfect. Everybody thinks that. But my statement is practice makes permanent. Let me go through that again. Practice makes permanent. Now I want you to understand, whatever you practice and however you practice it is what you will do when the lights shine brightest on your game. If you're playing against higher level competition, if you're playing against a great high school team, a great college team, if there are people there to see you play, you're now dealing with a brand new situation that puts the most pressure on what you've been working on. So to get in those situations, you want to practice as you will play. Because understand this, you will play as you practice. We have another question. It's a great question. I get this question from high-level coaches all the time. And there's a philosophy out there, is this off-season training or is this in-season training? So the question is, should you change mechanics during the season? Well, my thought is, for coaches, for players, do you want to be better at the end of your season or the beginning? It's kind of a rhetorical question, as we all know the answer to that is we want to be better at the end. And my thought process is that we want to keep sharpening our tools all the way through the season. So when we get to the end, we are the best version of ourselves in all the situations we'll be in. So if there is something that comes along that will help you, that you need to adjust in a shooting motion, in a move, in a way that you balance, in all kinds of situations that you're going to face in a game, should you go down the road of making those changes during the season? I'll give you a great example. This past season, we had the great experience of going to the NBA Finals. And after the trade deadline, we brought in 3 brand new players to our program. So the question stands there, would we want to make changes then for those players? And every single one of them went down the path of making some adjustments and changes that they took right into the games, through the break of COVID, and then into the playoffs. And the results were terrific for everyone. So the idea of changes, I don't think we want to get wrapped around a change that's going to be something that takes us way backwards in order for us to go forwards. Most of the changes that we're going to make during the season, unless you're a project player and your goal is the next season, then we want to work on things that are adjustments. New skills are easy enough to put in with high-level players, and new skills for younger players, if it's going to help you in the long run, then absolutely start. Remember, we're trying to get in a position to play the highest level of basketball that we're ever going to play. So it wouldn't make any sense to take the time of the season out of your training and your growing just to wait for a time to say, this is new, I should do it another day. So we're always working on our games. We're always working on our technique. We're always working on our skill. So whatever adjustments we have to make, we get started, we embrace, and we practice, and we use. So keep working on your game. Keep working on your technique. Remember, we're always working towards being the best player that we're ever going to be, so don't lose the time.